Hello there, Lake County Library. This is Christy Lewis from the Lakeport Branch, and today we're going to be talking about a book haul of brand new books. Very exciting stuff. So before I jump into the books, I want to let you know that you can order any of the books that I mentioned in this video by navigating to our library catalog, which is linked down below. It's an online catalog where you can order books to the library of your choice. Just make sure that you give us a call if it's been a while since you've ordered anything, or come into a branch so that we can update your information and make sure that we can notify you when your book arrives at the library. And definitely also check out our website. We have so many really cool digital resources for you there, and we have a schedule with a calendar of all the cool events that's coming up. You can also sign up for our library newsletter if you're curious about our clubs and events that we're having there on a regular basis. So without further ado, let's jump into the book haul. Our first book today is Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes, which was longlisted for the Women's Prize for Fiction in 2023. And Natalie Haynes is actually the national best-selling author of A Thousand Ships and Pandora's Jar. So she's written several myth retellings, it sounds like. So this book, Stone Blind, is a modern take on the story of Medusa that speaks to a modern audience about the original monstered woman. I'm getting the feeling from the description that this is kind of like a Me Too book. The only mortal in a family of gods, Medusa is the youngest of the Gorgon sisters. And unlike her siblings, Medusa grows older, experiences change, and feels weakness. Her mortal lifespan gives her an urgency that her family will never know. And when the sea god Poseidon assaults Medusa in Athene's temple, the goddess is enraged by this violation of the sacred space. And Athene, though, decides to take revenge on Medusa rather than Poseidon. So Medusa, punished for Poseidon's actions, is forever transformed. And writhing snakes replace her hair, and her gaze will turn any living creature to stone. So cursed with the power to destroy all that she loves, with one look, Medusa condemns herself to a life of solitude until Perseus embarks upon a fateful quest to fetch the head of a Gorgon. So if Stone Blind sounds like a book that you would like to check out, you can do so down below. It's also available on ebook, audiobook, playaway, and book on CD. And Stone Blind was published by Harper in 2023. Next, we have The Lost English Girl by Julia Kelly. And Julia Kelly is the acclaimed and best-selling author of The Light Over London. The Lost English Girl is set against the backdrop of World War II London. And it is the harrowing story of England's many evacuated children during the war. In Liverpool in 1935, we meet Viv Byrne, who was raised in a strict Catholic family. And when her lover, a Jewish man who dreams of becoming a famous jazz musician, leaves her pregnant and unmarried, she is forced to rely on her disapproving family to care for herself and the baby. So 5 years later, and on the eve of World War II, Viv must evacuate her young daughter Maggie to the countryside estate of the affluent Thompson family. Now, over in New York City, Joshua is giving up his failing music career to serve in the Royal Air Force of his home country. But tragedy strikes when Viv learns that the countryside safe haven that she sent her daughter to actually wasn't immune from the horrors of war. It's only years later, with Joshua's help, that Viv learns the secrets of their shared past and what it will take to put the family back together again. So The Lost English Girl was published by Gallery Books in 2023, and it's also available on ebook and e-audiobook. Next, we have A Mystery of Mysteries by Mark Dawidziak. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing his last name. The subtitle of A Mystery of Mysteries is The Death and Life of Edgar Allan Poe, and it was editor's pick for best history. It is a moment shrouded in horror and mystery. Edgar Allan Poe died on October 7th, 1849, at just 40, in a painful, utterly bizarre manner that would not have been out of place in one of his own tales of horror. What was the cause of his untimely death, and what happened to him during the 3 missing days before he was found, delirious and in great distress, on the streets of Baltimore, wearing ill-fitting clothes that were not his own? Over the years, there has been a staggering amount of speculation about the cause of his death, from rabies and syphilis to suicide, alcoholism, and even murder. So, A Mystery of Mysteries is a compelling dual timeline narrative, alternating between Poe's increasingly desperate last few months and his brief but impactful life. The author is debunking myths of how Poe lived and speculates on a new theory about what might have caused his mysterious death. So if A Mystery of Mysteries sounds like something you would like to check out, you can order it for free down below. It was published by St. Martin's Press in 2023. Next we have Forager by Michelle Dowd. The subtitle of this is Field Notes for Surviving a Family Cult. And it was editor's pick for best nonfiction and biographies. So Michelle Dowd grew up on a mountain in the Angeles National Forest, born into an ultra-religious cult, The Field, as the members called it, and it was run by her grandfather, who believed that his chosen followers must prepare themselves to survive doomsday. Bound by the group's patriarchal rules and literal interpretation of the Bible, Michelle and her siblings lived a life of deprivation, isolated from outsiders, and starved for both food and love. She was forced to learn the skills necessary to battle hunger, thirst, and cold. She learned to trust animals more than humans. And, most important, she learned how to survive by foraging for what she needed. And as Michelle got older, she realized she had the strength to break free. Use everything, waste nothing, get to know the intricacies of the land like the intricacies of your body. And she did. With haunting and stark language and illustrations of edible plants and their uses opening each chapter, Forager is a fierce and empowering coming-of-age story and a timely meditation on the ways in which harnessing nature's gifts can lead to our freedom. So Forager was published by Algonquin Books in 2023. And finally, we have Young Forever by Dr. Mark Hyman. And Dr. Mark Hyman is a best-selling author of other books, including a diet book that I think he goes into the diet a little bit in this book, but this is not a diet book exactly. This book is about aging. Aging has long been considered a normal process. We think disease, frailty, and gradual decline are inevitable parts of life, but science today sees aging as a treatable disease. By addressing its root causes, we can not only increase our health span and live longer, but prevent and reverse the diseases of aging, including heart disease, cancer, diabetes, and dementia. In Young Forever, Dr. Mark Hyman shows us how to overcome the biological hallmarks of aging with simple dietary lifestyle and emerging longevity strategies. You can reduce inflammation and support the health of your immune system, exercise, sleep, and de-stress for healthy aging, and eat your way to a long life. Featuring Dr. Hyman's Pegan diet, which is paleo plus vegan, but it's more complicated than that. Like, he gets into, I think, how to avoid pesticides and eat foods where you know where they come from and stuff like that. So I've actually seen an interview with him and it was really interesting. You can also get exclusive insight from Dr. Mark Hyman in this book on which supplements are right for you and where the research on aging is headed and more. So if Young Forever sounds like a book you would like to check out, you can order it for free down below. It's also available on ebook and e-audiobook, and it was published by Little Brown Spark in 2023. That is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this book haul. Let us know down below if you order any of these books or if you have any questions, because we really love to hear from you. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.